All right, this is Mark with Mark's Home Hobbies. Mark's Home Hobbies and bandsaw repair. Apparently, yeah. So new part came in. That's what it looks like right there. And yeah, so I got it prepped up here. I got a couple of sleeves of shrink tubing on there, and I'm going to not giving a plug to this company or anything. This is just what happened to come off of Amazon for $10. I'm just trying to fix this saw. In case you didn't watch my last video, the motor would start after you rotated it slightly. So either it's a bad winding in the motor or it's a bad run start capacitor. So for $10, we'll find out the cheap route first. When we're diagnosing the problems, always go the cheapest route. We know that it works and that the power is good. So there's only two wires we really have to connect here. So we're going to do that. So let me bring you back once I get that situation taken care of there, and I'll show you what I did. All right, now we're going to solder the two wires together. So I'm going to leave that sit on there for a while. This is a fairly high output iron here, so it's not the very greatest one, but should get the job done. I'll glob on enough solder on there to make sure that it works. Yeah, that's looking pretty funky. Put it on there and throw a little bit more in. Okay, it looks like it's nice and shiny. Now let's do the other one, and I'll get the other one set up and then bring you back in a second. All right, back again. Works so well, let's do it again. Get your soldering gun right up on there onto the wire and let that heat up where you want to solder at. And then once it starts to get hot, then you can just touch your solder in there. Hopefully you got your, let's see here, I can't see what I'm doing, don't have my glasses on, so if you're soldering, make sure your joint is nice and hot. Alright, and once it looks like you have a good amount of solder on there and the smoke clears, then you can test it out. And I always just go like this and make sure that everything's good. I let her cool down a minute before I try to put the shrink wrap out over it, because otherwise sometimes if you can't get it over that and it's still hot, it'll stick and then you wreck your shrink wrap. So if it's a little bit too fat, you can always just put your pliers on there. If you get too much solder on, you can just squeeze it down a bit, so that your shrink wrap will go on it. And don't forget about your soldering iron being on there. Make sure you unplug it and don't touch it for a while, especially them old ones. I'll be right back and I'll show you that other setup in a second after this dries. And after you get the shrink wrap on, and you get to heat them up a little bit with the good old trusty lighter. That's all you got to do, just a little bit of heat on there. Nothing real serious. And that's it. That part of the operation's done. Let me mount it back in there, and I suppose we should give it a test fire though first, eh? Let me plug that thing in and we'll take care of that. Hold on. Alright, you're with Mark's Home Hobbies here. Is it gonna blow or is it gonna go? We'll never know until we try to find out, right? I might have to hold on to this motor here too. Alright, it looks like it works. So far, anyways. Alright. Yeah, I don't hear any funny noises or anything coming out of that motor, so I'm going to go ahead and reinstall it and tighten up the belt a little bit, and I'll bring you back when I get that done. Let's see if that saw works. Alright, and we're back. We have everything connected up, and Houston, we have a problem. The replacement capacitor that the supposed to be the correct CB66 or whatever that is. I'm not sure of the number, but it's on here. CBB60, that's what it is. That one right there. I don't know if you're seeing that or not. Hopefully you are. Anyways, that's supposed to be, this is the replacement that I ordered. And lo and behold, it's a little bit longer, and it doesn't quite fit in the little case. Yeah, the wires interfere and doesn't go all the way down. It doesn't allow you to have the extra space you need in order to put the wire in there to get it to come down on top of this bolt so that the whole thing is covered up. So, I'm in a quandary. What do I do now? Do I leave it outside of the unit? Really doesn't need to be attached to it for any reason except decoration, I guess. You know, aesthetics. But, you know, again, here's the problem. When you order a direct replacement part and it tells you on Amazon that this is supposed to replace a CBB60 capacitor and it does not exactly match that particular capacitor, it creates a problem somewhere else along the line. And the problems just keep going and going and going, it seems, with this stuff. And I could really let it get to me. You know, if I really wanted to pursue it, go after it and say, you know, what is going on here with this stuff? What are you people doing that you're letting this happen and creating all this customer service drama for, you know, the nation's consumers who are just out there to try to buy a part to fix a lousy machine? I can see why everything costs so much because, you know, the people's inattentiveness to detail and the amount of, you know, misleading information that's out there on the internet or on Amazon or wherever you're taking care of all this stuff at, it's just incredible. And you can't even go shopping for something without reading so far fine into the details that the average person is not going to want to do that to try to repair a machine. They're just not going to want to do it. They're going to go and buy another $100 machine, whatever it costs. All right, we're back, and yeah, there's the Harbor Freight bandsaw all reassembled. And I don't know, let's just get a little piece of wood here and see if she cuts. Find a little scrap of something here that I can cut up. Let's see. I threw it all away. I'll go get some over here. Ah, that looks like a good little piece. Okay. I got you on it's a mono tripod, you know, or a monopod. It only has one leg, and it's a professional deal, but it's like a pole that you mount your camera onto. It's pretty nice, except, you know, you got to pick it up once in a while. It doesn't stand automatically for you, so you got to do things kind of one-handedly. But anyways, let's turn the machine on here. It's like brand new. Yeah, so I guess that was the problem. The run start capacitor was bad. In case you want to see what it looks like after you get a part on your bandsaw that doesn't really fit. That's what it looks like after you get done with it. And there's some nice, you know, HVAC aluminum tape. I just taped it on there because, as I showed, I don't know if I showed it or I will show it, but this little metal cover would not fit on because the capacitor that I ordered to replace this one, CBB60, and I ordered the replacement capacitor, which showed the picture of this one from Amazon, and I got that one there, which is a little bit too long and doesn't fit into the case properly, so therefore I don't have a metal case for my capacitor anymore. But I think it's going to work just fine like that, except it'll collect a lot of dust, which I really don't care. So it's $10. I'm not going to leave a link to it because I'm not getting paid anything from any of these companies. This is a Harbor Freight bandsaw right here. Definitely not getting paid any money from Harbor Freight. It's a lot of grief, but it does cut. So you can see it cuts pretty good. It's not too bad. The blade's a little bit bent, but yeah. So there's that. Anyways, hope you guys liked my Rage Against the Machine video here. We had Ghost in the Machines at first, and that transformed into Rage Against the Machines. That'd make a good name for a band. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is Marco, Mark's Home Hobbies. Have a fine day and a better one tomorrow. Talk to you later.